What if I told you there's a hidden tax on leaving your career early, and it's not just for teachers? It's built into almost every pension and retirement system in the country. Cops, firefighters, government employees, anyone with a guaranteed pension, they all hit the same wall. Retire even one day early, and your paycheck for the rest of your life could be cut in half. Sounds pretty brutal. But here's something that they don't tell you. One paid off rental property bought quietly over the years of working before you ever retire can cover almost all of your loss of retiring early. To me, one purchase saving 10 years of working is worth it. Today, I'm going to be going over the real numbers from a Washington teacher salary. But stick around because the math will still work, be it if you're a teacher grading papers or you're going into burning buildings, the math will still math for you. Many people say that teaching is not a glamorous or high paying job, but it can be a great retirement plan. So I'm going to be using the Washington State TRS Plan 2 as our case study, showing you how just one rental can buy back a decade of your life. All right, here is the baseline career. Now, I'm going to assume that you are a teacher that's worked for 30 years. Within that 30-year time frame, the expectation is that you can get to the top of the pay scale, which is MA plus 90, or you have a master's degree plus 90 credits. If you don't know how to reach that, or you want to reach there faster, feel free to reach out to me. I have awesome resources for quickly earning your master's and rising up the credit chart. These numbers are from the Puyallup School District. I do not work in Puyallup School District. I am no way associated with them. They are just a district in my county. So this is the top of the scale salary in Puyallup, $136,000. Now, the retirement system uses this formula to break down how much you get paid every month. They take 2% times your years working times your average final compensation. Now, assuming you've been there for 30 years, you would have reached this number, 136,000, by the time you retire. So that's going to be our average final compensation. Then with that, we can look at what you are going to get paid every month if you retire at the age of 65 with your full pension. This is with no reduction, right? So we have that same equation, 2% times your years worked times your final compensation. We take that, and this gives us our monthly pension. So in retirement, you would make $6,800 starting at age 65. That's pretty good. However, if you wanted to retire early at 55, you get whacked with the penalty, okay? The penalties is about 50%. Let's say you still work the 30 years. Now, if you retire at 10 years early at age 55, that pension is cut in half. So now you're going to only be making $3,400. You lost half of your income. 68 is livable. 34, that's a bit of a stretch to try to live on. Now, had you do what I advise all of my friends, all my family, all of my clients to do, and that's to buy a property while you're young, so that way by the time you retire, it is paid off. Had a person done that, I'm using an example of a duplex in Puyallup, Washington. The average rent for each side could bring in $2,000, bringing the gross rent to $4,000. Now, in 30 years, I realize rents are going to go up. However, I don't want to do a hypothetical, right? Hypothetically, your salary could be higher too at that point. I'm working in today's real numbers. So 4,000 gross, you would still have to set some money aside for taxes, insurance, maintenance things. So let's say that leaves you with $3,000 a month. That almost covers the entire gap of you retiring early, paid off just from one duplex. And if you do what I advocate for in buying multiple, well, then we can see where this really starts to compound. But even with just one property can save you 10 years of having to work. The bottom line is if you want to work until the age of 65, great, go do it. I'm all for it. I advocate for people doing what they want to do and what's best. However, I have a feeling if most people could, they would retire early. And with having at least one paid off property at the age of 55, it's going to allow you to do so. Yes, you're going to be missing out on about $400, but hopefully $400 is not going to make or break you leaving your job 10 years early while you can still be active and do the things that you want to do. I say all this to also add this isn't even accounting for Social Security or any other retirement plans that you may have. This is solely just based on pension and your rental. If this is something that you would like to talk more about, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. My contact information will be in the description below. Also, on the next slide as well, if you are on your mobile device. I look forward to educating and empowering you more to your financial independence. Until next time.